How's it going, everyone? In this video I want to go over a free game that you can play right now for the weekend. A pretty recent release, so pretty interesting that it is seeing a free weekend. We'll talk about that. We've also got some PS4 and PS5 game deals to go over, and we'll get to that in a little bit. First up, Riders Republic is seeing a free weekend from today until February the 14th. You will be able to download the game and play it for free on PlayStation 5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One. And the game itself is also 50% off. It'll be down to $29.99. We'll talk about that in a second as far as buying the game, but this is a free weekend for a game that's a relatively recent release, but that's not that out of the norm. Battlefield 2042, I believe, just had a free weekend, and, you know, things like this do happen, and it's a good way to bolster potential sales of the game. Riders Republic, I don't know how it did from a commercial standpoint, but I can't imagine it did exceedingly well, but it actually got a relatively positive reception over on Metacritic. I think it's at like a 77, 78 as far as score goes, which is a very positive score. So check that out, and this is actually the game. Funny enough, Riders Republic has more so held up in price than Far Cry 6. Riders Republic, when it came out, it rocketed down to $25, like less than a month after release. And at that point, yeah, Riders Republic had depreciated in price quicker, but Far Cry 6 actually has just fallen, and you can find copies of Far Cry 6 for like $20 new. Riders Republic has kind of settled into that $30 price point at this point, but, you know, if you do want to try it, free weekend, and then you can buy it 50% off. The Gold Edition is also 50% off for $49.99. Riders Republic, I do also see being a game that Ubisoft is going to support for a while. Their MO recently has been going with this route of, you know, releasing a game, it's priced at $59.99, there's a Gold Edition, there's a Special Edition, whatever the case may be. It goes on sale really quickly, and then, you know, there is a level of microtransactions, DLC, etc., etc. I know that's what they typically do with Assassin's Creed. I don't know if that's their, you know, game plan with it, and that's why they do it, but that seems to make sense to me. I actually had somebody I know that bought Assassin's Creed Valhalla recently, and got it really cheap, and that was their justification to drop money on the microtransactions. So, I don't know, maybe it works on people. But in this case, Riders Republic is seeing a free weekend, so you can go check it out right now, and you can download it and play it until the 14th. Alright, moving on from that, couple things to know from a deal standpoint. There's quite a few good deals that I have noticed, so let's talk about it. First of all, I know everybody and their mother loves this game, The Last of Us Part 2, 63% off, down to $14.99 over on Amazon and Best Buy. Now, obviously, Last of Us Part 2, that was a little bit of a joke initially, is a game that people are very mixed on. I think more people do seem to enjoy it than dislike it, from what I see. Personally, you know, I'm not going to get into spoilers, but I wasn't hot on the story, and I didn't really enjoy the game itself that much, so take it for what you will. You know, when I look at our comment section whenever I talk about The Last of Us Part 2, it really does seem like most of you guys did really enjoy the game, so maybe take their opinion for it. It's just some of the story decisions I didn't really enjoy, and by the end, I just felt very detached to Last of Us as a whole, but who knows? Once The Last of Us Part 1 remake comes out, I probably will end up buying it, and I'll probably really enjoy it. But Last of Us Part 2, I wasn't crazy about. However, again, it seems like there are a wide variety of opinions, so maybe just go play it for yourself. $14.99 on that is a very good buy, and definitely the cheapest I've seen the game for, so you can go check that out right now. Next up, a game that I absolutely love, and I've been mentioning it quite a bit whenever it does go on sale. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, 50% off for $29.99. Now, this isn't a basement price for this game. It's been as low as $24.99, but that was back at Black Friday. $29.99 is still a terrific deal on this game. Boy, oh boy, Guardians of the Galaxy was like such a surprisingly great game. That seems to be the rhetoric everybody keeps going with. I think a lot of people going into this game, especially ahead of its release, people were like, doesn't seem that great, another Square Enix superhero game, especially coming off the Avengers. You know, there wasn't a lot of buzz for Guardians of the Galaxy, but man, they delivered a awesome game here. Now, I know some people are a little bit more lukewarm about the gameplay, and I even enjoyed the gameplay. You know, I like the utilization of the different Guardians' hero powers and whatnot. I get it that maybe it was a little bit of a bummer playing as Star-Lord, maybe some of the aerial flight sections weren't the best thing in the world, but I think for the most part, like the platforming section, some of the puzzles, I think the game was rather solid from a gameplay standpoint, and again, I didn't hate the combat as much as most people. I thought it was pretty good, and I don't think people hated the combat. I just think, comparatively speaking to some of the other elements, the narrative being incredibly strong, the presentation being so strong, that maybe the combat fell a little short compared to that, but I still thought it was pretty good, and $29.99 for this game is great. And it's a little, like, it's not incredibly lengthy, it's a linear game, don't get it twisted, but you know, you'll get a solid amount of hours of gameplay, and there's a bit of replayability as well to the game as well. $30 I think is a great buy. Next up, we have the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition, which is 40% off for $29.99. Obviously, when this came out at $49.99, bit of an egregious price point. Like, let's be real. The Anniversary Edition does add quite a bit of content. However, I would still say, you know, it shouldn't have been priced at $50. I think $30 should have been the price right out the gate. Skyrim came out 10 years ago, guys. You know, for $30, I think it's quite good. PlayStation 5 upgrade is definitely nice to have as well, and it does have quite a bit of additions. And I love Skyrim. Like, Skyrim is one of my favorite games of all time. I've lost count of how many times I've beaten this game. Like, probably north of like 10 times. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I played it on PS3, played it on PC, played it on PS4, played it on PS5. Like, it's ridiculous how many times I've played the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, and I've beaten it numerous times, and it's a great game. But, you know, $50 was just a little bit much. But if you've never played Skyrim, at $30, this is a great buy, and it's a game you can spend a lot of time into. You can replay it quite a bit. I think this is a pretty good pickup, all things considered. Physical copy of Hades is 33% off for $19.99. Obviously, a tremendous game from Supergiant Games. Great art style, a ton of replayability. You can sink a ton of time into this one as well. Gameplay is solid, and again, visually, much like a lot of other Supergiant's outings, this is going to be a game that's just going to age tremendously well, just because its art style is just fantastic, and it's so aesthetically pleasing that even 10 years from now, I think people are going to be able to go back to this game and be like, wow, this is a gorgeous game. And yeah, for $19.99, not the steepest discount in the world, 33% off, it's still a good buy at this price point. Next up, I do want to give a shout to Scarlet Nexus, which is down to $29 over on GameStop. This isn't a basement price for this either. This has been like $25 on during Black Friday week and whatnot, but Scarlet Nexus is an awesome game, man. If you're a fan of JRPGs, I highly recommend it. And even, like, I don't want to say that this is a great game to get into JRPGs just because I think the visual novel style of how they do a lot of the dialogue and the cutscenes, that might, you know, turn some people off. But I thought this game was so good. The story was great. The cast of characters was excellent. The music was fantastic. You know, some of the retread of the areas maybe got a little bit redundant, but I thought overall the game was great. You know, going through both playthroughs with Yuto and Kasane, they're different enough that it's worthwhile to play through the game twice. They're actually quite a bit different, so yeah, $29 for that. Excellent deal. Highly recommended if you're remotely a JRPG fan or you're just looking for a quality RPG to play. Lastly, I do want to give a mention to Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. This is down to $9.99. Obviously, this was a PlayStation Plus title recently, so if you got it through Plus, avoid. But if you didn't, new copy for $10 is a great deal. Love this game as an open-world action RPG. Had a very fast-paced combat system. Story I didn't think was blow away, but it was decent enough. A good bit of content here as well, and it's nice to see the game getting a little bit of love with the new expansion that just came out, and the game just having a little bit of buzz. Maybe we'll see a sequel sometime in the future, but yeah, good buy at $9.99. But that's going to do it for me. Again, Riders Republic seeing a free weekend. Go check that out if you're interested, and a plethora of really good deals available right now. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.